Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur who needs to get over that hump and make it happen. This podcast can be for anybody with a dream or a goal who wants to accomplish that goal and aspire higher. I don't ask for any money. This podcast is free to download, free to listen. All I ask is that if you find anything beneficial in this podcast, you pass it on to anyone in your network, family, friends, anyone who can benefit from this as well. And when you get a chance, please don't forget to leave a review. That would really mean a lot to me and be a big help to my podcast following and growing. This is episode 112. So I'm grateful that everyone out there continues to listen. We have finished basically our second full calendar year. I started the podcast in January 2016 and now is December 2017. So that's basically 2 full calendar years of doing this podcast, and I'm grateful that I have made it this far. And the purpose of Mogul Motivation, the reason why I named it Mogul Motivation, is because it's essentially what it is. It's motivation for aspiring moguls, entrepreneurs, people who are trying to be the titans of their industry. And one of the forgotten things on this journey to success is motivation, is self-help, is mental health. We overlook that. We always look at the practical things of entrepreneurship, which are very necessary, no doubt. Growing businesses, finance, things like that. But what about the internal issues that we battle every day? The doubt, the lack of confidence. What about those issues? So that's why I created Mogul Motivation, specifically to tackle those things, specifically to keep you motivated and inspired on the inside so that you can continue to do great things on the outside in your business and in your career. That's why I do this. That's why I'm here. And with that being said, there's always a sense of urgency when it comes to business, when it comes to entrepreneurship and our goals. It's always a sense of urgency. We always have an artificial alarm that turns on in our heads, that tells us we have to get things done now. We need that instant gratification now. Our business has to scale now. We need X, Y, and Z now. We always do these things to us. You know what I'm saying? 30 is like usually a benchmark for people. People want to have their life together by the age of 30. I'm about to be 30 in 6 months, and I fell into that trap myself. I told myself I need to have X, Y, and Z by the time I'm 30. And we need to really get away from that, okay? Because what we don't understand is it's a depressing effect. When we do that, when we have that artificial alarm in our head, it's a depressing effect on us, and it tends to make us not appreciate where we currently are. We have to appreciate the present, ladies and gentlemen. Where we are right now, we have to appreciate that and be proud of where we've come, because we have come a long way. When you really look at your journey, you have to understand that you still came a long way. Where you are right now isn't where you started years ago, last year, or 10 years ago. It's not where you started. Mentally, you have come a long way. Intellectually, you have come a long way, and physically, you have come a long way. Never forget that. Okay, you have to appreciate the present and what you're doing right now, and be grateful for what you're doing right now. Because see, everything that you're doing right now in the present is going to produce gifts for your future. Never forget that, because the goal that you have in mind right now, what you envision in your head right now, where you want to be financially, where you want to be business-wise, entrepreneur-wise, or career-wise, everything that you envision in your head right now in the future, you're laying the groundwork for that right now in the present. You're doing everything right now for the future. So everything that you do right now is going to have a domino effect on how your life will be next year, the year after that, and 10 years from now. You have to understand it. Life is a domino effect. Yes, you probably have made mistakes in the past. Yes, you probably have made bad decisions in the past. But nevertheless, you overcome those things, and you're still keeping your business afloat right now in the present. You're still working towards your career goals right now in the present. You haven't given up. Let me tell you a real quick story. Last year, 2016, I was very frustrated. I had a period where I was very frustrated. As entrepreneurs, we're going to have those periods all the time, no doubt. But this time it was real bad. It was summer 2016 and, I was still doing Mogul Motivation. But, it was just a time where I just was fed up with how my business was going. I was fed up with how everything was going that I was trying to do in all of my goals. And, basically I had to really tell myself, a couple things. I had to tell myself, number one, you're a full-time entrepreneur. You're a full-time entrepreneur, and somehow, some way you're managing to keep all of your bills paid every single month by doing what you love, not by working a job, by doing what you love. You're a full-time entrepreneur. You have clientele that's coming in. You have people that's reaching out for you to perform a service for them because of your reputation, because of your good reputation. You've accomplished this and that. You have a company car. You have new equipment. You are doing everything that you want to do. And although it's not on the scale that you envision it to be at yet, you're still doing it. You're working towards that dream that you have in your head. I had to tell myself that. I had to appreciate everything that I had going on in the present, because I lost that appreciation. I started to take it for granted. We usually take things for granted that we have. Things that we have and things that we have accomplished, we take them for granted. We undermine them because we feel like we should have been this and that and we should have been bigger. We can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. I was undermining my success. I wasn't appreciating my success, and I wasn't grateful for how far I have come since 2011. And I had to check myself and come back to reality and be like, you know what? You are living your dream. Even though it's not exactly how your dream is in your head yet, you're still living your dream. So whether you're a full-time entrepreneur or whether you still have a 9-to-5 and you're working on your business on the side, nevertheless, be grateful for the present and realize that you are living your dream right now. You're living your dream right now. It's just the beginning stages of your dream. It's not the full spectrum. It's not the image that you have in your head, but nevertheless, the dream is still real. Never forget that. We have to appreciate the present. We are where we are right now in the present because of the things that we've overcome in our past. And our present is laying the groundwork for our future. So that's my message this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very short, very brief, straight to the point. Appreciate the present, okay? Appreciate everything that you have coming in right now. Appreciate everything that you're doing right now. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on the future. Just focus on the present, because everything is a domino effect. The past led you to the present, and your present right now, your present self, everything you do right now is going to affect your future. And as long as you keep working, as long as you keep grinding and doing what you believe is right, your future is going to be everything that you envision in your head. So let's continue to imagine reality. Let's continue to aspire higher, and never forget to appreciate the present and realize that it's going to produce the gifts for your future. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.